Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Boom. And today, I'm going to tell you why I love the Rode PodMic. It's as simple as that. Hello, my name is Jade. How are you all going? You're doing good out there? It's Saturday here in Australia. It's a wonderful, early, crisp, cold morning. And guess what? I love the pod microphone. It's awesome. All right, see you later. No, what's going on? No, I've got to tell you why, don't I? Because it's awesome. No, what's going on? Anyway, sight gags aside, how are you all doing out there? Welcome to our Wart Warriors. You can become a Wart Warrior by clicking the join button down below or the little link that normally is provided by the legend, the man himself whose birthday it is in a couple of days' time. Thomas Christ. And it's $1 a month. See, look how quick he is. He's like lightning. He's like thunder. He's like lightning. He's like Thomas Christ-ning. No. You too can become a Patreon as well if you like. And this week's going to be a very special Patreon. If you're a Patreon, we've got something really cool coming up for you. Folks, it's the end. It's the end of the wheel. I know, it's the end. It is the end. So you'll have to tune in to find out what's going on with the wheel tomorrow because Caesar's given it the thumbs down. It's all over. Boom. Righty, let's say hello to everybody. A small thing happened yesterday too. Not anything really exciting, but yeah, we did hit 4,000 subscribers. So that happened. Yes. Just a small thing, all the small things. So look, that happened yesterday. Very exciting stuff. I'm not really celebrating it yet because, probably in about 10 minutes it'll go down below 4,000 subscribers because that's the way YouTube works. So what is happening, I can let you know what is happening before I say hello to you all. We are doing a celebration there is no rant this week on the show. So on Sunday, US UK time, it's a 2-hour show starting an hour earlier than this time right now, and we're going to be celebrating 4 years and 4,000 subscribers over 2 hours. We're going to look back over some of the funny moments, some of the good apps, some of the cool music we've listened to, some of the cool music that's been made, and some of the absolutely foolish and ridiculous things I've put you through for the last 4 years, and probably another 4 to come, maybe. We'll see. So that is happening this week. And this guy's got a special moment in the show as well too. Hello, Gary Hubs. What's going on? Russ8889. We've got to mention this while I've got Russ up here. Tomorrow is the opening hour, and I'm singing movie soundtracks, yeah? And there'll be a list of songs for you to choose from. If you'd like to choose one of your favourite movies, there'll be a big list that you can choose from and stuff. But if you'll notice just up there, I'm also premiering the brand new Delicate Giants single and video clip at the end of the show, on the show. So I'll be stopping the show early and playing the clip and then dumping you all over to Pete Johns. So if you're into movies tomorrow, I'm going to be singing some movies and all that jazz. It's going to be a good time. I'm so excited about singing some America. Yeah. Good stuff. There's the Gentle Giants tomorrow. So it's on the opening hour. I'll be closing the show with it. You won't want to miss this video clip. Trust me. There's been, I think, Russ, it's okay for me to say this. There's been so much work put into this video clip. It's actually put the album back about 6 months. That's how good this video clip is. It's like a movie. It's amazing. It's a really cool video clip. You're going to love it. So please come along tomorrow and jump on to the opening hour after Thomas Christ and all that. So So there's Hubs, we've got Tom's Christ here, we've got Leanie Perez, we've got Mark's GAS station, Laurie's Mishmosh, she's probably in her car, Rise of Dark Leela, Audible Video. Yes, on the show. Not in the show, on the show, in the show, around the show, everywhere throughout the show. Greg O'Sullivan is in the house, just waking up. Valerie Butt is today's featured artist. She just dropped a brand new song and video this week, so I had to squeeze it in here today. Have I missed anyone else? Let me scroll up. Mateusz. How can I forget my friend Mateusz? My band member and arch enemy. Arch enemy, what the fuck am I talking about? If I've missed you, just pop me a message down below, and it's E to the Z to the E. It's Ed Zielinski. Boom, he's in the house. There he is, with his patented, "Hey folks, how you doing?" That's Ed Zielinski for you. That's how he greets everybody, my friends. So, what are we doing today? We are talking about microphones. Microphones. It's one of my favourite subjects. Why? Because I'm a singer, if you didn't know that. And the quest to find a good microphone is something that a lot of people are on. So much so, there are so many shows on YouTube of people comparing microphones to microphones to microphones. Some shows I've seen on YouTube, there's like 8 microphones and they're comparing them one after another. And you kind of sit there listening going, oh, man. It's really good, but you know what the thing is? I'm hearing it through YouTube, so really it's not that good. It doesn't help me, does it? It's a hard thing to talk about, especially like gear like that, because it's a very personal thing, a microphone. A microphone is something that you take with you everywhere. You touch it with your lips. There's only a few other things in life that we touch with our lips, my friends. That is other people's lips, other people's... food, drink, instruments, yeah. So we touch things with our lips, so it's a very personal thing, and you know, and the tone is another important thing, and a lot of us, even myself, struggle with this because it's hard. You'll see when there's a microphone review, they always show these charts and stuff of the dynamic range, and you look at it and go, wow, look at all those frequency curves, and that's the EQ of the mic. But how does that help me with what I'm trying to do? Will it make my voice sound good? And it's very hard, especially if, like a lot of us, we buy things possibly over the internet. So we rely on watching YouTube videos to buy these things, and you know, then you get it, and it doesn't turn out. Luckily, there's returns. And all of our voices are different. We all have different tones. We all have different ranges and with our vocals. And we might not necessarily want to use them for singing. There are microphones that we use for podcasting and talking. So, you know, there's many different applications for using microphones. And look, there is always a few tried and tested microphones out there that, you know, most people should, if they're starting out and they're not sure, can't go wrong with getting. So I need to start with that, and that is this one here. This is the SM58. It's by Shaw. They're cheap as hell. In America, they're like $70. They're ridiculous, right? You can see here in Australia, they're like 170 because our dollar is worth absolute nonsense here. And the other one is the SM57, which is virtually, it's just the same microphone, missing the little bit on the top, the little muffle, which most of the time, these dynamic mics have been used for guitars, where SM58s have been used for vocals. But you can take an SM58 and screw off the top and use it as an SM57. With, you know, I have to give a mention to these because they are two of the most versatile microphones ever. So if you're unsure about all of this stuff and you want a dynamic microphone and you're just starting out, it's the way. These are great options. So I just need to say that. But I also need to talk about what we're talking about today, and that is Rode PodMic. Because, yeah, that's the thing. You need a pop filter. You also need you can get a SM57 You can get a yeah, exactly. You can get a pop filter for an SM57. So, they're great microphones, If you're starting out, absolutely great. And they're tough as old nails. You can drive a car over these things and they'll last forever. Now, I've had mine for something like my current one. I think I've had it for 10 years. And for the love of me, I can't find it. I've been searching all morning. It's nowhere to be found. I can't find it. So I can't show you it, right? I can't show you it at all. Now, on this channel, over the years since I've been doing this show, I've been searching. I've been doing the elusive search for a good podcast microphone that I can use to sing with and podcast with and do this show with. So, and I've gone through a few iterations. I think when I first started on this show, I was using this son of a bitch. This is a Steinberg ST M01, I think it is. It came with my Steinberg interface. It is a condenser mic. So what is the difference between a condenser mic and a dynamic mic? Well, let's tell you. So a dynamic microphone will pick up from wherever you're singing into, wherever the actual part is, and it doesn't have a huge dynamic range. It bounces, so there's you don't have to worry about the space that you're singing in. Where this is a condenser, and where's my other? I don't think I have another dynamic here in front of me. So the UR22C, that's what this is from. Yeah, they do look like the AT2020s. But these condenser mics, they pick up the sound from the room. They pick up a lot of noise. They're great for singing into, but where condenser mics work really well are in a well-treated room. Absolutely, without a doubt, in a well-treated room. Now, there are handheld condenser mics as well. So I know Pete Johns uses one of those for his vocals and stuff. Now, so I started out with one of these, but I ended up always going back to the SM58 because I was never in a really well-treated place, so I would pick up a lot of noise. Condenser mics are fantastic for clarity, but they do pick up everything around you. They're so sensitive. So there's that. That's what I started out with. Then I upgraded and bought one of these. Let me show you. There it is here. This is, oh man, you're going to laugh at this. I keep all my boxes for everything I buy. This is the NT1. There it is. That's the NT1 by Rode. This is a condenser mic as well too. Really, really amazing microphone. Killer microphone. And I don't know if you can get it in this version anymore. There's the box there. So it has this really unique pop filter. It's like made of metal. I don't know if you can actually still get this version. But inside it actually comes with the stand, the pop filter, a little sock for it, and a microphone. So it's a fantastic mic. Again, it's a beautiful mic. Really, it's high quality shit right there. But it's a condenser mic. So in a badly treated room like mine, yeah, it doesn't sound that good. It picks up so much noise, it's ridiculous. So I continued to look for a decent, because all the rage was people using broadcast dynamic microphones. And yes, the elephant in the room, of course, is the SM7B, which is used by so many podcasters. It is just absolutely ridiculous. Let me show you the SM7B. Don't trust anything you see online. If you're going to buy it, if you're going to buy an SM7B, let me just tell you, buy it from a reputable place. Don't just, if you see it cheap, right? If you see it like this, if you see it on eBay for like, half the price, don't buy that. It's fake. There's so many fake SM7Bs out there. As you can see here in Australia, an SM7B is $749. I can't justify it. And I know there's a lot of people, and Tom writes it here too, I still kind of want an SM7B, but don't we all? Because it's looked at as like the holy grail of podcast mics. All the big people use them. So you see it and go, if I had that, wouldn't I look good? But it's not always about looks, is it? Especially when at the same time, You got to remember, microphones have, they all have their own EQ settings. But from there, you can actually change that EQ to suit your voice. A lot of the time, you can get a microphone to sound like an SM7B. It's a very dark, brooding kind of sound. It's a very chocolatey kind of sound. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, and it needs a lot of gain. It's one of those mics that needs a lot of gain to push it. So you just using it in an audio interface ain't going to work unless your audio face has got a lot of gain. Yeah. Now, for something like I could use that with this baby here because this has a lot of gain. I can really pump a crap load of gain from the Rodecaster. And a lot of these newer things allow you to use a lot of gain and add more gain to get that what you need. But using it just in an interface over here, it's going to be very low. It just is what it is. That's just the way it works. Hello, P. Johns. Of course, every week I say, I'm going to take a day off this week. Yeah, I'm going to take a day off this week. But, so I know most of us have this thing, and it's all right to be like that, right? Most of us have this thing where we sit there and go, oh, one day I'll get an SM7B. I still do it. I see them and I look when they go on sale, if they ever go on sale. I always think, yeah, I'll get one day. But, all right. But what happened a little while ago, I fell into the road hole. So the road hole, that sounds like, oh, Jesus. Fell into the road hole. And I have. You would have seen a switch on this channel when I started getting into Rode products. And as I said, I forgot I've got this microphone too. What is this? The Elktron? I think I did a review on this too. This was super cheap. This was like $50 microphone and a condenser mic. But man, look how big that thing is. Ladies, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, no, that's silly. But yeah, since getting the Rode NT1, this thing, you can get a cloud lifter, but you know, cloud lifters add a lot of noise, Ed. They do add a lot of noise, cloud lifters. So ever since I got this, I know this thing is a beast. This is just a killer mic. Once again, as I said, for my space, I don't have the soundproofing for a really huge condenser mic. So I was looking for a microphone for the longest time, and I fell into the road hole. I had the NT1. I forget what I got next. I think it was, I think I got the PodMic next, because nearly everything now I have in this studio, or the major pieces of this studio, have become Rode. Rode are an Australian company. Now, they're not paying me or anything like this. I wish they were, trust me. I wish Rode would send me some stuff. Okay? Wink, wink. So all this stuff I've bought myself, and with my own money that has come from mostly community that you guys support me and keep this show afloat. That's the way. That's how all this stuff has come into my hands. So I saw this PodMic get released by Rode and was like, oh, it kind of looks sexy. It looks sexy, but sexy doesn't mean it's going to sound good. Again, I want something that's robust. I want something that's not going to get damaged easily. I wanted something that is able to podcast and like I can get to sound like as good as a SM7B, and I want something that I can sing into as well, that I can not only sing because I have a huge range vocally for singing of 5 octaves, but can handle death metal stuff, that I can really put it up close to my mouth and I can scream into it and I can get some really interesting tones out of it. So I looked at the PodMic and was like, hey, it looks too good to be true. They're so cheap. Let me bring it up here for you. Here it is here. So this is the mic that I'm talking about. This is the one that we're talking about today, the Rode PodMic. Now there's 2 flavors of this. 2 flavors. This is the original Rode PodMic. There you go. And pretty much what you get in the box is that. That's it. That's what you get. So you get the little stand for it as well that it's attached to. You can just screw in. It's simple as that. But they released another version of it here, which I don't own, but we're going to talk about it anyway. This is the PodMic USB. Pretty much the exact same mic, but in black. Comes with the same kind of contraption on it. But not only does this have an XLR output, but it also has a USB connection. And it allows you to plug into the software that they have, which is the same software that you get with the Rodecaster, which is really incredible stuff with, compressors, noise gates, reverb, all that kind of stuff. It's known as the Aphex digital signal processing, which is super cool. So it's a little bit more expensive, this one, but it's pretty much the same microphone, just with a USB connection and 32-bit float. So we'll look at the prices later, but I'm going to go back over here and focus on this, because I bought this thing, and look, I've been wanting to do a review of it for ages, but I'm too busy using it. So it just never happened. So I made a thumbnail a couple of weeks ago and wanted to talk about it. And here we have it right here. Overhead cam activate. And look at it. Because I do keep all my boxes. I'm a dick. Thanks, Thomas. If you want to buy these things today, there are links on my gear guide, all that jazz. So this is how it comes. Now, let me tell you, this thing is heavy. It's so goddamn heavy. It's just heavy. I don't exactly. We're going to find out exactly how heavy it is, but man, it's heavy. And this is how it comes. So we'll get rid of that. So you've got a box within a box. Now, Rode are very nice with their packaging. Very sexy and sleek. And I can't even get this open. There we go. And this is basically it. There's no instructions. Little top piece comes out. There's your microphone, and that's it. That's your box. That's everything done. And here it is. There is the microphone. Now, mine has been around. It's pretty dirty. It's been around. It's been sung into, screamed over. It's spat into. It is tough. Now, this thing, I can't stress again how heavy it is. If somebody came into my house, broke into my house, and I was upstairs, I would probably run into this studio and grab this mic to smash them over the head with, because this would cave somebody's skull in. Absolutely. And I know there's people here in the chat, because there are some people who have one. I think Thomas has one. Do you have one? Yes. Thomas has one. Leela uses one. Pete John's recently adopted one. I've been using this one forever and singing its praises. And I know, and Brad Example has one as well too. He won one on my Patreon. They are just solid and just meaty and just have a sound that is wonderful. Now, the thing with them is they discuss these and say, yeah, they've got like a built-in pop filter. So basically the microphone's down here. If you were able to open this up, the microphone's actually down here. So there's this gap. And this is actually supposed to be like a pop filter, but it doesn't work. If you've got it far enough away from your mouth, that's going to work. Now, remember, this is a dynamic microphone, so it's not going to pick up room noise. It's going to stop reflections. But at the same time, if you've seen me perform on the weekend and sing with this thing, I'm singing sometimes with 2 feet away from the thing, and it's picking up my vocals really clearly and coming in for breathier stuff. So for all the reflections it's able to cancel out, it really has a great dynamic range for singing and podcasting. It's very deep and lovely, but again, it's so fucking heavy. So these things are rad. I can't stress how much I love this thing. It's really changed the way I podcast. Now, you're probably saying right now, yes, but how come you're sitting here on this podcast right now on this show and you're not using it? Well, because I am very invested in the Rode ecosystem. I got these, I can show you over here. I got myself into these things. There we go. The wireless Go 2. So I use this every day. I've got a couple of these now. And it's my wireless headset, which is attached to a little piece, a clip that the wire goes down my back of my shirt. and it attaches to my pants, clips onto my pants. And this thing attaches to the Rodecaster via Bluetooth just seamlessly. I don't even need to do anything. It just connects. So I don't even need to use the second receiver that came with my Rode Wireless Go 2. It just has its own built-in receiver in the desk, which is fantastic. But I use this on the weekends for singing, or like if I can't be bothered hooking up this, because it's just that damn good. So there's that. Now, the reason I use a wireless microphone, have I tried recording vocals? Yeah, absolutely. No. All my vocals are recorded using the PodMic, Thomas. All my vocals since I've owned this microphone on all my songs have been done with this. 100%. And I'll get into why that is in a second. Hello, Camp G-May and Mr. Smith. Howdy do. So I use a wireless microphone for these shows because I want to have my hands free to play instruments, to do things, to demonstrate apps, to play a keyboard. And when you've got a microphone shoved in your face, you're constantly, trying to be in front of that mic, trying to be in position. And I don't want to be in position. I want to be able to get up, go over and grab my guitar and come back over and not worry that the microphone can't pick me up. So that is why I use a wireless. Now, again, you'll notice it's more Rode gear, yeah? All Rode. Rode Wireless, Rode PodMic, Rode NT1. What else do we have? Oh, you'll even notice too, Rode headphones. I'm a bit of a Rode slut. Let's just say it. And, of course, this beast here, which brings it all together, which is the Rodecaster. And what's really cool, if you check out my Rodecaster Pro show, you'll see that in the Rodecaster, they have settings for so many mics. It has a setting for the PodMic. It has a setting for the NT1 from Rode. It has a setting for the SM7B. It has so many settings just ready to go for popular microphones. It even has a setting for the SM58. So all those settings are all in there, and it makes it easy to set up your microphones. All right, we're at our halfway point of the show, and I need to run an ad. So let's do that. Every day on the show, we run an ad to serve our YouTube overlords. If you want to avoid the ad, you become a YouTube premium subscriber or just skip the ad. Pete Johns told me yesterday he got served an ad that went for 33 minutes. Wow, YouTube. Wow. Really? 33 minutes? Damn. All right, let's run the ad. Ad has been run. And, yeah, we got some big shows coming up, as I mentioned at the start of the show. Tomorrow we're doing the opening hour here, and we are premiering the brand new Delicate Giants single. So please come along to see this. At the end of the show, I'll be premiering the brand new video clip on the show. Yeah? So come, it's such a great clip. It took them like 6 months to make this video clip. It's amazing. Then we are celebrating 4 years on Sunday, US, UK time. There's no rant this week. Celebrating 4 years and 4,000 subs on the channel. Big achievement. So we'll have a 2-hour special show then. And we got some great apps we're looking at this week. I think we've got Scalar 2 got released. And then we're looking at a thing called Tone Packets. What are Tone Packets? I'm going to tell you what Tone Packets are. They're a brand new, a new system that hopefully developers pick up that help you to make music a lot easier. It's a really cool thing devised by David Collette. We'll be taking a look at that this week. Boom. All right. Ad's been run. Everyone's hopefully skipped their ad, missed their 33-minute ad. Unbelievable. Okay. So we've looked at this microphone. I'm going to plug it in a minute and have a talk through it. Thank you, Mars Capone. Hello, Mars. And Joe. Hello, hello, hello. This thing can murder people. It sounds fantastic. We'll plug it in a second. But here's the thing. When I first got it, I was like, it sounds great, but plosives. And it looks cool too. I really love the look of these microphones. And if you look around YouTube, I know you see a lot of podcasters using the SM7B, But pay attention. There's a lot of people using these in podcasts lately. You will see these mics everywhere. Why? Because they're cheap. In Australia, I think these things are like worth $150. Let's see. Let's do a quick search. The PodMic. $145 here in Australia for one of these. So what's that? It's probably about $70 or something. PodMic USD. Can I find it? Probably look up Guitar Center. And here we go. $99. So they're $100. Yeah, thanks, Thomas. $100. So they're dirt cheap. And this is why a lot of podcasters are using them. They can buy heaps of them, right? And they can dial in the EQ and their compression and their noise gate, and they can get the thing to sound like an SM7B. Because let's not talk shit here. You can do that. You're not limited to just the tone that is built in into the microphone. You can create your own sound. Yes, that's how it works. Now, they look pretty, they look great, but I needed a pop filter. So for the longest time, I had to get one of these. Look at all the makeup on the end of it from me singing as Gladys. So here's what happens when you put this on, this microphone. It now looks shit. Looks like dog shit. Look at that. That is so ugly, man. It is so ugly. And I'd been using this, but this pop filter, this is an actual Rode pop filter for this microphone. All right. And it works. It does exactly what it needs to do, but it looks like dog shit. And I don't care what anybody says. Looks are important. Yeah, they are. Looks are important. You want it to look good. That's what podcasters do. But yeah. Yeah, and Pete says, I've just been dealing with the plosives because it's ugly, man. It really looks ugly. It's putrid. What am I doing over here? Get the right camera. It looks putrid. So I've been looking for an alternative to one of these. And guess what? They did it. They did it. So let's show you what happened. Another reason why I love these microphones so very much. Let's just put this here. With the new USB version, when you go down here and see what's in the box, look at this. You get some extra stuff that you don't get with the other one. You get the PodMic, you get the SC29 cable. We'll talk about the cables in a minute for this one. And you get the WS14. Well, what the hell is the WS14? Well, let me show you what the WS14 is. These are the WS14s. They are microphone covers that have been made specifically for the PodMic to make your microphone look pretty. And when I first saw these, I was like, are you kidding me? These are only for the new PodMic, not the old one. But no. They work on both PodMics because they are virtually the same microphone. Just, this one is just XLR and the new one has USB as well as XLR. So they fit. All right, cool. And it says shipping June 2024. Well, it's not June. It's just gone June here in Australia. But my friends, I already have some of these, and they come in black, blue, purple, green. Don't get a green one if you're working with a green screen. Don't do it. Orange, white, red, and pink. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to get one of these. Why not? So I got myself a black one. And you know what? It really fixes the plosives. Now, so they're really light, super light plastic. Yeah, you can squeeze them. And they have these grooves in the side, and it just slots over. And that's it. And they look really nice. They look really nice, I think. So anyway, I was like, cool, I'm happy with that. That looks nice. I can get rid of that stinky other one. That's cool. Yep. Well, good. Well, hang on a minute, how much were they? So in Australia, these are $35 each. And there was a place that had some sales on, and, well, you know, I had to get a purple one, didn't I? So the purple one looks really cool too. Look at that. Looks great. But and it's got the little road written on it as well. Really cool. But, you know, so there we go. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got purple. I've got black. Awesome. Happy days. You know what? Why don't I just get a pink one as well? So there we got a pink one, and now I've got the pink one. And, yeah, that's pretty cool too, because I can mix and match, and hey, it's a little bit of fun for your microphone. So, you know, I think we'll stop there at pink. Oh, what's this? Oh, this got delivered yesterday. Well, apparently Pete tells me that red goes faster, so let's see, does it? I don't care about the boxes for these. Oh, look at that. I got a red one now. I feel like I'm catching Pokemons with these things. But, hell yeah, this is something to, like, look, you're allowed to have some fun with your tools that you use every day. That looks cool too. So, why not have some fun with the things that you use, that you are intimate with? This is something that, as I said in the beginning of the show, you are intimate with. It is up next to your mouth. You're singing into it. You create tonal chants and breathy songs and all this kind of stuff. And look at that. God, it looks great, doesn't it? Looks really cool. Red one is pretty dope. So let's show you how it all hooks up as well too. So now, as I said, these things are heavy. They're not light. If you have a really shitty, like, you know, $10 boom arm from Amazon, it may struggle holding this thing. You can see if I just, now this is the most expensive Rode arm, and even just putting that on, you can see how much that drops. And this is a really strong boom arm. So, but as I said, it just screws in easily. She says, there we go. Okay. So there we go. But there's a lot of weight to this thing. It really is heavy. So you need a really good boom arm for this. And even the boom arm that's the lower than this one, this is the most expensive, will hold this. I have one of those as well. So you got no problem there. But if you're going to use a really cheap and nasty one, trust me, it's going to struggle. It's going to struggle because the thing is so heavy. And I don't know if I did a show on these boom arms as well too, but they're pretty neat. They have like these latches across the top, see across here. And the cable just hooks in, goes over, keeps it out of the way. So you're all good there. Snap that in there if I can. Get in there, bitch. And let's attach this thing. And we'll talk about these extra cables. So there we go. That is all set up. And let's have a listen. Let's kill this other mic. Hello. Alrighty. So I am using this at the moment on the Rodecaster. Now, I have a whole bunch of different polar patterns for this, different EQ setups, because sometimes when I'm podcasting with it, I want it to sound a certain way and sound a bit more airy than other times. And then other times I'm singing into it and I have a completely different profile for this on the Rodecaster where there's no noise gate. Hello. And currently it doesn't have a noise gate set up on it. So I can go in here. That's the beautiful thing about the Rodecaster. I can click on this track and I can change my profiles at any time, and I can put on a noise gate. Oops, let's put on the noise gate. There we go. So if you got headphones on, you would have heard any of the background noise. Let's turn that back off. So listen. You can hear that hiss, yeah? If we put on the noise gate, and it's lovely. So It's beautiful. And if you've seen Pete, Pete really has his quite far away. And if you've got a really good gain on here, like I can put this up a lot more. I don't need to sit there and be so close to this thing. But where I found this thing fantastic for singing and such is in those breathier moments and being able to sing really far away from the thing and then get really close. But plosives, let's hear the difference between plosives and the case, because it's stark. Peter Piper picked a peck of peppers. Silly Sally sells sizzling sausages on Saturday. Peter Piper picked a peck. Let's chuck this thing on. Peter Piper picked a peck. These things work really well. And as I said, like you can see pressing in here, there's a fair bit of space between the actual microphone and the foam. So it's lovely. Look, this is just a sick mic. And the main reason I love it is, again, for doing death metal vocals. Everything you've heard me sing with over the last, 2 years? Anything I've released, I've been singing through this. Straight into my Rodecaster, straight into my audio interface. And for death metal, I can't even tell you how much of a pleasure this is to use for death metal, because I can really scream into it. Like I can virtually put my mouth on it, and it just has the right tones for my voice. Is it going to suit all voices? That's for you to find out. But from my experimenting, and I don't buy a lot of microphones, but I do watch a lot of shows on microphones. This one seemed to be the one at the right price. And ultimately, it is the right price. It's $100. It's made by probably the most reputable microphone company in the world at the moment. I would, you've got AKG and you've got Shaw, but I don't know, there's something about Rode products that are just amazing. And they're Aussies. I don't care. And I just love this fucking microphone. I love it so much. I love all of their gear. The only thing I had problems with was the headphones that I bought, and that was a known problem. Everyone who bought the headphones, they just broke for no reason. But what they did, Rode, to kind of look after the customers who bought the headphones, they sent everybody out a brand new pair that had been fixed. They'd identified the problem. They sent out a new pair with the issue solved, and they gave us all lifetime warranty for these headphones. So if anything happens to these headphones, I'm just going to get another pair forever. That's really cool. They have some really good return policies. Like I've returned my wireless mic that I had an issue with. They're just a really cool company. I like supporting them. I like what they do. They're Aussies, and the mics are damn good. I love them. And you can hear from my show the other day when I played you this new FMC song, to do death metal vocals is, it's hard to find a microphone to really give you some really cool death metal vocals. And listen how cool these vocals came out. Every morning at 7 a.m. The jackhammer banging in my brain. I feel that so lazy, count so slow. Now it's time to deal relentless pain. So you can hear really, really, really crazy death metal vocals. And even from there, let's just get out of here and find, where is it? What is the song called? The Fight. Has it got its own folder? I don't know. The Fight. The Fight. Probably number 17. Which version is it? I don't know. The Fight. We'll just try this one. So this was the single I released for Russ's album. And what do you know? It doesn't have any vocals. Awesome. Or does it? Let's have a listen. Check it out. Boom. Always feeling tired, holding on to every single breath, waiting for an answer to a question unanswered, to overcome the impending dread. I know I'm a fighter. So really, really, really crisp. And it is a dynamic mic, Barry. As I said in the beginning of the show, I mean, if you're in a space it's not treated or anything like that, you're best going for a dynamic microphone, right? And a decent dynamic microphone. You can get some amazing condenser mics, but they're going to pick up everything, right? And not all mics suit all voices. That's probably the hardest thing. That is no phantom power, no nothing like that. One of the hardest things, I'm just going to put this over here, go back to this mic. One of the hardest things with a microphone is it understanding your voice. Is it going to work with your voice? I find with dynamic microphones, you have a much better chance of it working more universally with a voice, no matter what voice. With a condenser mic, it can really make a difference on the tone of how the person sings, how their tone is. So there's that. That's just my opinion. And I know shit, right? There's so many other people who understand microphones better than me. But for my looking around and watching videos, I went for the PodMic because I feel like it's going to be the best for me singing. It's going to be the best for me podcasting. It's not going to break the bank. And that's the most important thing. And it's a high quality mic that has a lot of a good warranty as well. I can't remember exactly how big their warranty is, but it's pretty fair. Now, let me answer this question too, because we've shown you that there is the PodMic USB. Now, the PodMic USB is a little bit more expensive. Let me see. I think I closed that. Oh, no, I didn't. So let's go here. PodMic USB. Search, maybe. There it is. So it's $100 more in the US for the USB. You're getting the USB connector. You get one of these little things for it. You get a little mic cover for it. And you get this thing. Let's go back over here because we need to talk about this because I know I'm going to get asked about it. You get this SC29. Which is a USB-C to USB-C cable. The one thing I'm going to say about Rode stuff, and this doesn't just go for the microphones. I don't know, they're a little bit like Apple in this respect, but if you're going to buy a PodMic USB and hope to use it in your iPad, you can do so, and your iPhone. They have lightning connectors, leads as well. I think it's the SC17 and the SC18. But using just a standard off-the-rack USB cable, a lot of the time doesn't work. You need to buy their cables. It's a thing. It is a thing. It's a frustrating thing, I think. Yeah. But that's how it goes. And if we have a look at their USB cables on their website, yeah, I find it very frustrating, but it is what it is. Interface accessories, here we go. So on their accessories page, I'm thinking it would be here. Cable management, here we go. No, that's cable management. I want cables. Cables, where are cables? We've got cable management. Capsules, battery chargers, Bluetooth, microphone clips, shock mounts, adapters and cables. Here we go. Now, they've got a lot of them, yeah. So we got and I have a bunch of these I have one of these because I was using my wireless mic with my Anyway, yeah, frustrating. So SC9, I've got one of these as well. No, I've got one of these, this VXLR. This is a 3.5 mini jack to XLR adapter. So it's a power converter. It converts a standard, yeah. Anyway, the cabling is another thing. So the SC18, this is the one for USB-A to USB-C. And then they have these ones. So the USB-C to Lightning in multiple colors. But let me just say, if you're going to buy the... no, I have this one here. I have this XLR Pro thing, this transformer. It's a balanced transformer. And these are the other ones, the SC21 and the SC22. So these are USB-C to Lightning and USB-C to USB-C. And they come in cute colors. That's cool too. So, but yeah, these are the ones you're going to need. Don't risk it with anything else. You will need these cables just to be sure. But yeah, they've got a cost. That is the problem. They're a little bit more expensive than everything else. So here's the super speed cable. Let's have a look. Do they say how much they are here? Buy now. It's nice that they come in colors. Let me have a look. So Australia, I can give you the Australian price. $39 Australian. Yeah, there you go. So my recommendation is I don't think most people are going to need the USB-C, but you can use the USB PodMic with your iPad, with your iPhone. So it works. Let's just say this. If you're thinking about buying, now let me say this very clearly. If you are thinking about buying a Rode PodMic USB-C to go directly into your iPad or your iPhone, please, for the love of God, go on YouTube and watch some videos about it. Search some videos and just see which apps work and which ones don't, and that's what I'm going to say on it. So, but I would recommend, if you're going to go for a microphone, I would just go for the original. Most of us are just using, a standard interface. We don't need the USB-C. It's nice to have both, but you're paying that extra $100. It's virtually the same microphone. I've seen so many tests on it. It's the exact same microphone. But in my opinion, this thing has really made a big difference in the way I make music. It makes my voice sound good. I always feel confident singing into it. I've had no problems with it. It is very dependable. What have I had it for almost 2 years now? And the more and more I watch YouTube videos, the more and more I see podcasters using these things. I'm seeing less SM7Bs and I'm seeing more pod mics. So that is saying something in itself. The more people that are using these on big setups, or like even Hassan Piker, who's one of the biggest Twitch streamers, he travels a lot and will go to Japan for like 2 weeks or go to another country and stream. And every time he goes to a new country, he goes out and buys, he's a Twitch streamer. He's got the money to buy whatever he wants. But he'll go and buy a new laptop and computer just for that 2 weeks that he'll be there. And he will buy a bunch of these because they're fucking dirt cheap and they do the job perfectly for podcasters. And what else can I say? Pete Johns has one. I talked Pete into getting one. Leela's got one. Yeah. Who else has got one? Thomas has just got one. Brad's got one. A whole lot of us are using them and they just sound really, really, really good. But again, if you have the chance to go into a store and try out a microphone, do that. Do they let people do that still anymore? They used to since COVID. Do they let people go in and hello, I've just come in to just breathe all over your microphones. There was this guitar shop here in Australia that allowed you to do that. They had a little a mic room that was all soundproofed and you could go in there and listen to the mics and connect them up and have a sing. But Look, ultimately too, I can sit here and preach this microphone till the cows come home, but pretty much we are at the stage with all microphones these days that they're all getting really damn good. Even the cheap ones. Of course, not the silly ones that you'll see on YouTube, on eBay that are like, fucking $20, come with a boom stand, a condenser mic, all this stuff. Don't buy those things. They're made of plastic. There's nothing in them, right? But anything that's reputable, got a reputable company name and is around $100, you can't go wrong. The AT2020 is still like super massive popular. They always will be. We live in great times where all the stuff that we are able to buy now is super cheap, and it's all good. So there you go. Well, here's the deal. I'm not trying to sell this to you. I'm today just telling you why I love it, why it's a joy. And now that I have all these little colored things, I know I'm a tit, whatever. I just love every day coming in, changing it over and flicking it over. I do it every day. Will I end up getting all of them? Probably. Except the green one. But look at that, God. It looks so nice. Man, that looks like a nice microphone to me. Even better than with the without the thing. So there's that. It actually looks more like the USB. The USB one. There it is. So we're going to bring that up. It actually now looks like that. So good stuff. All right. I've had my rant on microphones. I love this thing. I love switching between like that. Boom. Oh, man. It sounds really nice. Now, I again, just to remind you, if you're hearing this and going, oh, it doesn't sound that good, I have it dialed in at the moment for singing. So, and the way the EQ's set up, the EQ's quite different because... so there's a lot of high end. There's a lot of air on the end of this, the profile, and the mids are scooped out a little bit because this is set up for singing on the weekend on the opening hour and to be able to cut through the music I'm singing to. So this is the profile I have set up for it. But if I turn off this EQ, hello. So you can automatically hear how dead that sounds without this EQ on. We pop this back on, boom. So a lot more air in there and all that kind of stuff. But that's a beautiful thing about being able to set an EQ to a microphone to sound how you want it to be. All right, I'll stop crapping on now. Let's go back to this one. Okay, good stuff. So tomorrow, once again, I'll remind you, please come and join me, not only if you just want to hear me sing some movie soundtracks and all that jazz, because that's going to be fun in itself, but please come and join me to come and see the premiere of the new Delicate Giant single. It's so good. It's so well produced, this video clip and this song. It's like a movie. It's unbelievable. It's you're going to love it. I'm going to close the show with it tomorrow. And also, hopefully you can come and join me for the 2-hour celebration the day after. Lots of great shows coming up this week. Our interview is a Creator Rewind coming up with the Indigo Sunsets because they just dropped an album. We're going to bring them, talk about how they had a huge break, come back together, released a new album. So that is happening for our interview this week if you didn't know. And on the Patreon tomorrow, come along. Because it is the death of the wheel. There is no more wheel. Come and join me for a day at the races. Boom. All right, let's get out of here. Today's featured artist is Valerie Butt. She dropped this song this week. It's really nice video clip. It's Valerie Butt. What can you say? It's brilliant. Let me get this song up here on my YouTube to play. It's somewhere here. View all. There it is. It's called Wyoming. And we're going to play and get out of here. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. Stay awake, whatever you do, because if you're tired and you're not awake, you may get indicted and become a felon on 34 counts. Boom. The judge is conflicted. Too funny. Let's oge.
Leave Utah in my rearview mirror, need a different kind of atmosphere. Heading east to more forgiving skies. All alone on this old highway, could pick any town in the USA. Found paradise between the river and the old mine. You won't find me roaming from my new home in Wyoming. I found a piece of heaven on my own. Oh, the wind is always blowing and the magpie's always crowing, but there's no better place to rest my weary bones. My best was never good enough. Found this shining diamond in the rough. Honest, it could make a grown man cry. If I could do it all again, I'd wind up here at this same end and never let this moment pass me by. You won't find me roaming from my new home in Wyoming. I found a piece of heaven on my own. Oh, the wind is always blowing and the magpie's always crowing, but there's no better place to rest my weary bones. I'm the only one for miles around, but I never feel alone. Might not look like much to you, but there's no place like home. You won't find me roaming from my new home in Wyoming. I found a piece of heaven on my own. Oh, the wind is always blowing and the magpie's always crowing, but there's no better place to rest my weary bones, my weary bones.